So today we are going to learn about the chapter Fire, Friend and Foe. As you all know that fire is also useful, but it is also dangerous. When it becomes out of control, when it gets out of control, it is dangerous. It can destroy our property, forest, anything it can destroy. It can even kill us. Okay. So that's why fire is also called our friend and it is also called our enemy. Now, Yashika, you can continue with it.
Fire, friend, and foe. Early man did not know that what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was fire.
Now the
Fire
author is,
have
yes, he was frightened. Now the author is talking about that early men didn't know what fire was, but they have seen what the damage is caused by fire. Like he has might have observed lightning and volcanoes from where the lava is coming out or fire is coming out. He might have observed all these things and he might have scared about all these things. So he was frightened. But exactly he was not aware that what is the fire. Jessica, you can continue beta next paragraph.
Ma'am, can I read?
Jessica, read beta.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of foe? F-O-E?
FOE is enemy.
Ma'am, friend.
Enemy. Read beta. Read.
I, Ashika.
Ma'am, can
Jessica,
I
read. Fire may have puzzled. Jessica, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Okay, Ananya, you unmute yourself and read. I don't know what
Ma'am,
happened to
can
Jessica.
I read?
Read, beta,
Ma'am, may
read.
I
Read.
Yes, ma'am. Fire may have puzzled early man, but we know that the fire is a result of chemical reaction. When the oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. Energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is what we call fire.
So
Three things
scientifically, wait, Vivek. So scientifically, we know now that fire is a result of a chemical reaction. Okay. When the oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. And due to that chemical reaction, a lot of energy is released in the form of heat and light. This is what we call fire. Continue, beta.
Three things are needed to make fire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. Wood, coal, cooking gas, and petrol are some examples of fuel. Oxygen comes from air. That is why when you blow on smoldering paper, it often burns into flame. The third thing needed to make fire is heat. Fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves, or else a newspaper or a stick lying in the open would catch fire on its own. To burn a piece of paper or wood,
Now listen, children. Three things. What are the three things are needed to make fire? We need fuel, oxygen, and heat. For fuel, we can use wood, coal, cooking gas, and petrol. For oxygen is coming from the air. That's why when you blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flame. And the third thing which is needed, that is heat. Fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves. Otherwise, anywhere in a newspaper or a stick lying in the open may be catching fire because it requires three things like fuel, heat, and oxygen. Okay. To burn a piece of paper or wood.
Ma'am, now I am audible.
Yes, we heat it before it catches fire. You can read from here now, Jessica.
Okay, ma'am.
Wait. You can read from here. To burn a piece of paper or wood, we heat it before it catches fire. Start from here, we generally do it.
Okay, ma'am. We generally do it with a lighted match. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the
Kindling
fuel.
temperature. Kindling temperature.
Fuel. It is sometimes said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. It only means that fire is very useful as long as it is kept under control.
So
For
when
instance,
okay, thank you, Beta. So every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called flash point or kindling temperature at which the fuel will burn. It is sometimes said that fire is a good servant because we use fire for so many purposes. Okay, we cook our food, we need for electricity, and so many other things we need fire to keep ourselves warm. So fire is a good servant, but a bad master because if it goes out of control, it can hurt us.
It can harm us.
Hurt us or harm us, both you can say. Swastik, now you can read better. For instance, unmute yourself, Swastik.
For instance, we use it to cook food, warm our homes in winter, and to generate electricity. But on the other hand, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous. Each year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by the fire. Vast areas of forest are also destroyed and hundreds of people are killed or injured.
Okay, for instance, now the uses of fire is written that we use fire to cook our food, warm our homes in winter, and to generate electricity. But on the other hand, fire gets out of control. It can be very dangerous. It can kill people. It can damage shops and homes. And vast areas of forest are also destroyed by the fire. Now, who will read?
Can I read, Vyan?
Read, beta.
Just as three things are needed to start a fire, there are three main ways in which a fire can be put out. In each one of the three things needed for burning is taken away.
So just as three things are needed to start a fire, there are three ways by which fire can be put out. Okay. Continue, beta. Continue, Vyan. Continue, Vyan. Dhavanya, you can continue, for example. Start from here.
For example, we can take away the fuel if fire has no fuel to feed on. No burning can take place. We often let a fire die out simply by not adding more fuel to it. The second way of putting out a fire is to prevent oxygen from reaching it. No supply of oxygen means no fire. Small fires can be put out or smothered with a damp blanket or a sack. This stops oxygen reaching the burning material. Sometimes carbon dioxide is used to extinguish fire. It does not allow oxygen to reach the burning material. The
Dhavanya,
third way...
stop now. Dhavanya, stop. For example, we can take away the fuel. If we are removing the fuel, then there will be no fire. Okay. So if we are not feeding any fuel to the fire, then the fire will automatically stop. And the second way of putting out a fire is to prevent oxygen from reaching it. So if we will not supply oxygen, again, the fire will be extinguished. The small fires can be put out or smothered with a damp blanket. As you have seen, if a person is catching fire, we are keeping the blanket on him so that to cut off the supply of oxygen. Okay.
Ma'am, fire extinguisher also have gas.
Fire extinguisher can also, yes. This stop oxygen reaching the burning material, and sometimes carbon dioxide is also used to extinguish the fire. Okay. Because when you blow out the candle, what you do? You release carbon dioxide out from your mouth, and the candle blows off because of carbon dioxide.
Ma'am,
okay?
we put glass also.
Yes.
So, ma'am, oxygen present
Yes.
in ma'am. Oxygen, ma'am, no needed for oxygen.
Now, Shar will read. Shall we read now? Shall we read the third way of putting out a fire?
The third way of putting out a fire is to remove the heat if the temperature can be brought down.
Below the flash point, the fuel stops burning. You blow on a burning matchstick or a candle to put it out. In doing so, you remove the hot air around the flame, bringing down its temperature below the flash point, and the candle goes out. Sometimes water is sprayed on a fire. It absorbs heat from the burning fuel and lowers the temperature. The blanket of water also cuts off the supply of oxygen